It's me, Coach T. Monday or Wednesday morning. Feel like Monday morning. We on our way to get it. So we're gonna do our growth tip today in transition. Yesterday I talked to you guys about networks, right? Like forming your network, creating your ecosystem, aka your support system in life, right? So today I want to talk to you about a few tips and tools for looking for the connections to add in your life. Now, first and foremost, I'm a believer in Jesus Christ, right? So I'm going to say first, before you do anything, you need to talk to him, because sometimes you don't even really know what you need. So you do need that point of reference. Always pray and talk to God through everything and use wisdom. But today I'm going to give you some tips where you can apply wisdom, right? If you don't know, my name is Tafania, aka Coach Tiff or Coach T. I am a growth and accountability life coach. I'm preparing you to step fully into your next best version, okay? So that's what we do here on this page. I talk about the podcast. So the link to listen to the Lit Life Pod is in the bio. I also have a YouTube channel. I have a bunch of resources that are helping you prepare to step fully into your next best version. But when you think lit, I want you to think personal development. I want you to think about partnering your faith with your works and progression, moving your life forward, developing, right? That's not always a car and a house. And to be honest, if you get those things before you're ready, it ain't a blessing anyway. All it's going to do is be a burden, because you're going to be stressed out 90% of the time, okay? So we want to get you equipped. We want to get you built up in your faith, built up in your skill set. So whenever you do step into your next best version, you're stepping in ready to run your race, okay? So we're talking about your support system. And I want you to think about, in order to identify people who can serve as a support system in your life, first of all, you need to know what you need. Do you know what you need? A lot of people complain and talk about what they want or they don't know, or what they don't want, but not a lot of people take the time out to really discern and qualify, what do I need? What do I need? And really, that's all about planning your blueprint, right? Your vision, really taking the time to map things out. Now, some of you guys may be like me, and I have a level of planning and visionary, doing the vision thing. But then there's a certain point where I literally have to put my hands in the dirt. I have to put my hands in the soil. I have to kind of get an understanding for myself to fully understand the vision, right? So I may have a vision to build something, but then I have to start actually doing the work so I can start analyzing the cost of what it's going to actually take. Right, so some people's brains are very analytical. Some people's brains are very they can do all the research and map everything out. And some people, like me, are visual learners, meaning there's a component where we actually have to see it and feel it and touch it and practice it to be able to see it on a vision playing field, if that makes sense, to write it down and make it plain. Okay, so I don't think one is better than the other. It's just important to know different styles. It's important to know you. It's important to know the way that you learn best, right? Because then you can understand your support system. So if you're a person who learns in a certain kind of way, then you probably need to find a teacher or a support system who can speak to you in a way that you actually get it. Right? It's nothing worse than sitting somewhere and nodding your head and pretending like you understand, but truly you get up and you know nothing. That's a waste of your time and the person speaking time, because what they were trying to give and what you needed to get, it was a disconnect. Right? Don't be afraid to ask questions, because sometimes that person may be a great support or a great help to you. You just haven't asked enough questions to break through to see that. Okay? So yeah, it's going to require something of you. Okay? It's one thing to be surrounded by people. It's another thing to be surrounded by people who are actually for you and supporting you. Completely different situation. Okay? It's one thing to be surrounded by nice people, kind people. That's really cool. But nice and kind people sometimes can waste your time. If all you're doing is being nice and kind to each other and laughing and doing all that, but you're never being effective, you're never getting what you actually need, that's not a success. It was a waste of time. It was a cute waste of time. It was a, fun waste of time. And I don't want to say it like that. Because sometimes everything, listen to what I'm saying. I'm not insinuating that everything has to be like, we getting something done. I'm just saying you have to be mindful of how you spend your time and where you're spending it. Right? If you're sitting down and conversing with someone, you want to know that they're adding something to your life. Right? So my business owners, you have a business, well, you have to drive that business. That means you need to not only have the vision, but you need to be able to express that and share that with your employees or the people who work with you. And sometimes you might not be good at that. So find someone who is. Find someone who is. Hire them to help you explain that. You get this was what I'm saying about a support system. You can't be afraid to know your weaknesses so you can highlight somebody else's strengths. You're only going to get so far doing everything alone. You're so great. You're so beautiful. You're so wonderful. But you're not everything. You're not the main thing in everybody's life and story. Right? So creating this ecosystem is also about learning how to enhance your strengths by other people's weaknesses and vice versa. You enhancing and lifting up somebody else's strengths due to your own weakness. Like, okay, I'm not good at this. I'm not really good. I don't really like graphic design. I like the vision of it, right? I can produce, right? I can in the background say, this is what I want to convey, this, right? But taking the time to actually build that out and create that, I'm not so good at it. It's not that even that I won't do it. It's just, that ain't my strength. Right? So when somebody else has a strength, for instance, I got a sister who's really, really excellent at it. Like, and I don't know what exactly that she does that's so like profound, but when I see the things that she does, I'm like, that's dope. Like, it's simple, but it's impactful and it's busting. Like, it's pushing through. I like it. So why not put her in a position? Not put her in a position because she's already in a position, but why not call on her strengths in a way that will highlight her talents and also cover my weakness? You have to be confident enough in yourself in order to do that, right? And when you're not doing that, when you're not willing to be vulnerable, when you're not willing to be seen, when you're not willing to say, hey, I need help in this area, right? Like, what are you doing? You wasting time. And I'll close on this. What I find, because what I just said is really one of my superpowers, right? Like, I don't even think about it. It's very, very natural, but I'm always calling out people's strengths. Always. I recognize them. It's like I'm drawn to them with like a magnet. Like, I'm drawn to a person's strength. Wow, you're really confident. Wow, you're really beautiful. You know how to put stuff together. Wow, you really, really handsome. Wow, that really smells nice. Right? You got good taste. Man, you creative. I love your taste in music. I love riding with you. You got the hits. You introduced me to music I never heard before, and I love that for our lives. Right? I appreciate that about you. Okay. Thanks, Bus. Wow, you're really good with figures. You really know how to go make some money. You're really good at business. Right? I can see it. I don't got to spend a long time with you either. Right? I think that's why I became a life coach. Because not only do I see it, I also see opportunities, right? So it's like, dang, you could do that. I bet if you did this, that'll pop. Right? Naturally. Like water. Don't even think about it. Don't try. Ain't hard. Natural gift. Okay? So that's a strength that I have. I can't tell you how many people I know who are first of all, everyone is gifted, beautifully talented, right? But I can't tell you how many gifted and talented people I know who don't believe in themselves, right? Don't caught up in their own circumstances to the point where they can't channel that gift to actually work for them, right? Or they don't see, I won't say can't, they don't currently see a larger vision for their talent, how it can play into a larger situation. And I think a lot of that has to do with confidence in yourself, confidence in your self-awareness. Anytime you start thinking, well, I don't want this person to take, or it shows you don't believe in enough of your abilities and your discernment and the God in you that you would never let that happen. Right? You never let that happen, because if you don't like something or something is off, you got a mouth and you'll say, excuse me, what did you mean by this? What does this mean in this contract? Hold on, let me get my lawyer. Right? So it's never a matter of that. It's a matter of, is this a good fit? And in order to know if something is a good fit, you got to know who you are. You have to know your strengths. You have to know your weaknesses, and you have to see, does this complement? Does it complement, not crush? Because if you trying to, whatever you got going on, you trying to crush me, that's not a good fit. That's not a partnership. You're trying to dominate me, and that ain't gonna work. Not ever. It's never gonna work, right? Has to be willing participants, willing support, mutual exchange. Don't always mean tit for tat, right? Don't mean, oh, I paid for brunch last time, so this time you have to pay. That's where you start getting ugly. No, that's not what it means. It means genuinely free flowing from the heart. You feel what I'm saying? Free flowing, not even thinking about it. Free flowing from the heart. Like, all right, friend, I got you. Okay, friend, I got you. Just because I got you. Oh, friend, I don't got it right now, or I would. It's cool. You don't even have to say that, because I already know the way that we rock. You got me. Right? Oh, business associate. Don't trip. I got the presentation. Don't worry about it. I got us covered. Okay? Next time. Okay? You don't worry about it. I got us coffee this morning. It's not even a don't worry about it. It's a natural thing. It's a natural thing. This is how you know what's for you. It's natural. It is not forced. It's not put on. It's natural. Hey, I got some, you got lunch today? I bought this thing in the break room. Help yourself. That's natural. That's free flowing love. You cannot buy that. You cannot manufacture that. Right? You can recognize it though. And you can nurture it. You can support it. You can say, hey, I'm with this. I'm with this frequency. I'm tapped in. Yes. Thank you, God. Right? This is where I want to be. This is the spot. You can recognize it. Okay? So those are some tips for you when you're thinking about a support system. Keep it simple. Who are the people, places, and things that, one, support you, and two, that you genuinely want to support? Not that you feel, if you start feeling strange about it, if you start feeling uncomfortable about it, if you start feeling like, oh, I'm obligated, if it ain't free, don't do it. Don't do it. If you don't feel good about it, if you got to go talk about a person because you was of service, don't do it. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? Do not do it, because you're messing up the flow. You're messing up the ecosystem. You can be honest. Being a support system is not the same as being a pushover. Being a support system is not the same as being brainless, not thinking. Being a support system doesn't mean I'm going to do whatever you ask me to do. No questions asked. No, it just means I'm solid. I'm here. I'm present. You know what to expect from me. I'm not going to hide nothing from you. I'm not going to hold back. If you present something I've had people present things to me, right? And it's like, but I know you don't, and it's like, okay, you right. That's not me, but, blessings to you in that. Right? If that person shouldn't feel no kind of way of presenting, and I'm using me in this example, but let's say if you're the person on the other end, you shouldn't have no issue saying what it actually is. So that's my whole point. For you to get a support system, friend, first you need to be present. You need to know who you are. You need to know your weaknesses. You need to know your strengths, because a support system is not an enablement camp. It's not a bunch of people who are sad and desolate and cannot do for themselves. No. Even if we start that way, the reason we're coming together is because we're going to all motivate and encourage each other to stand on our own 2 feet to the best of our ability. We're not going to be perfect, but we're going to be drivers in our life. We're going to do the things that God is calling us to do. We're going to do them without fear. We're going to get excellent in our respective lanes. Right? And we're going to build each other up, and build ourselves up in our faith in God, in our skill set. That's a support system. Hey, I'm going to class tonight. Can you help me with the kids? I got you. Right? Can you help me on this upcoming Friday? I got you. It's a give. It's a take. It's love. It's free. It's understanding the larger picture, the larger vision that we're all trying to win. You got to make sure the people you're putting in that ecosystem want that. Got to make sure you guys share values. How do you know that if you're not having those kind of conversations? They don't have to be deep. Right? Again, everything should be free flowing, natural. It's naturally coming up. You feel what I'm saying? I love you. I love you so much. You have an amazing day. Until next time, continue to bloom no matter where you're planted. How? You already know. By faith. Go get it. Get after it today, all right? I'm rooting for you. If you want to work with me, go ahead and send me a message or go to my main page to book. That's lit_produces. PRODUCES. Produces. You'll see me out of the green blazer on. Okay. Love you. Bye-bye.